up, guys? Back again from Camas Sno-Park. This is in Lakeview, Oregon. There's this huge parking lot. All the snow parks are closed right now in the summertime. So this is a great place as a jump off point to park my huge rig without paying a bunch in like camping fees, okay? Because everybody wants to mow like some grassy top way up on the mountaintops and then charge you like $100 a night or something like that to park up there. So I don't really care to do that stuff. So I'd rather just camp for free and just ride wherever for free instead of getting all the permits and all this other stuff. So there's plenty of trails and roads, fire roads, forestry roads, where you can just ride forever. Anyways, long story short, I'm at Camas Sno-Park. This is in Lakeview. And this is like, I don't know, I'm just parked right next to this little monument thing. This is called the Oregon Central Military Wagon Road. Okay, this is like, has a little bit of history to it. The road was commissioned in 1867. If you really research this, this goes back to like some of the earliest scams in American history. I mean, if you look into it, there was multiple lawsuits against this road because they pretty much just made this dirt road, which is just a rudimentary, just a very basic road, so they could steal all the land like on both sides. And then the California and Oregon Land Company got sued by the American government, and then they ended up auctioning off 430,000 acres for practically nothing, but it was like bone dry nothingness. So anyways, just a interesting little story. I was wondering about this Oregon military wagon road. I mean, it sounded like it was one of the most crookedest operations you could ever imagine. So if you got like a 10-minute reading time, check it out sometime. So if you're heading northwest on 140 and you're just past Sheldon National Wildlife Refuge, this is gonna be one of the first snow parks you're gonna get to, is Camas Sno-Park. And this is like a huge ring. This thing goes way back there and all the way back this way. And you could probably fit tons and tons of people here. And I don't know how long you can camp here. They say about 14 days, probably. That's what I'm guessing. I haven't had anybody come up to me, but I'm parked next to this huge shed. This is like I don't know, probably have like plow trucks in there, or who knows what's in there. I just figured this is a nice place to camp. It's right off of 140, and this takes me straight to Winnemucca as I'm heading back to Vegas. Like if I was like an hour down the road, closer to like Sheldon National Wildlife, it's almost 15 to 20 degrees warmer. So right now it's windy and it's probably like 85. So I can't beat that. This guy that was camped next to me in one of the last places I was at, he referred me to like these snow parks. He's like, don't forget about, checking out these snow parks because there's a big parking lot and nobody's here whatsoever. This goes way over that way too, so it's pretty cool. I don't know, something to check out if you're pulling a big rig and you don't want to pay campground fees or drive way far away to go to a campground. This is right on the side of the road, plenty of parking. All right, now I'm up on Abert Peak Lookout Cabin. This is just a little tiny cabin here. It's probably maybe 300-400 square feet, and it's just got a whole bunch of, I don't know, it's got a fantastic view. You can spend the night here, but there's all kinds of stuff around here. I'm towards the edge. This is like, I think there's snow on the side of this mountain. This thing is huge. I'm up like, I think this is 8,800 feet. So there's trails all over the place. This is a fantastic place to go though. I mean, if you can camp near here, at least there's bathrooms up here if you really need to take a dump or something like that. Right on the edge here, there's like a whole shelf of snow. So anyways, yeah, this is a cool place. This is their little tower. This probably tells you all the weather and all kinds of stuff. But I thought this is a cool place to stop. Well, here's your nickel tour of this locked cabin. Some people stayed here for like 4 days, is what they posted. It's pretty beat up with the wind. Like, it definitely needs a new roof. So this is like totally ruined. So the roof is pretty much shot and blown away. And it seems like it's got some leaks in there or something because the paint's starting to peel off all over the place. But it has some cots. And it's got a little stove, I guess. Got some chairs over there, fire extinguisher. Let's see, on this side here, you can see they put the chairs up. They got a wood burning stove and a gas stove and a telescope. That's not bad. They got some board games. What do they got there? What is that, Scrabble? Yeah, they got some other games. So, that's kind of cool. Whoa, there's a lot of bees around here. If you come up here, be prepared to be overwhelmed with bugs. There's tons of crickets. There's all kinds of stuff flying around. And look at this. They have a fire pit up here. Of all things. You wouldn't think. This would be about the last thing I would think you would see up here. Is a fire pit. Because this thing gets windy. And there's signs that say, no open flame, you can't smoke in public. There's all kinds of signs that they just passed. Like a prohibition thing that they passed because it's like dry. And they just want more rules, I guess. But there was a lengthy list of things you can't do. And having a fire was absolutely one of them. Until like, I think September or something like that of 2024. So anyways, whatever. Yeah, just a cool place. Way up. I think this is 8,200 or 8,800 feet. But you can see like you can see all the way to like Nevada, actually. That's like that big mountain out there. That's Nevada. So anyways, I'm gonna get back to riding. I just thought I'd stop up here. Yeah, check out this big bug. He's just flying around. Get out of here. Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here before I get eaten alive by these bugs. So I thought this was a cool stop. It's way up high. You can see for miles and miles. If they weren't spraying so many clouds lately. But yeah, this is just a great place to stop. Drake's Peak. If you're in the area, come on up here. You can need four-wheel drive for sure, though. You would definitely need four-wheel drive. But yeah, they got all kinds of stuff up here. I can't believe there's a bathroom way up here. Okay, now I'm a little further away from Drake Peak. I came down like probably 2,000 feet. That was at like 8,800 feet. But this is like, I'm just right alongside one of these small ponds. It's just a little pond. And when this pond gets too full, it comes out and drains out into the field. So it never really gets too full. But yeah, it just goes out into who knows where. But as I'm looking in here, there are like hundreds, if not 1,000, little tiny fish. I think they're all trout. I'm gonna try and get a little closer. They can see me. So when they come to the surface, it seems like they can see me pretty well. So I just gotta sneak up on them a little bit. But yeah, there's like, I don't know if you can see all these fish in here. But there's like tons and tons of little fish. They're all like maybe 10 inches long at most. But there's gotta be like hundreds in here. In this tiny little pond. I can't believe it. I mean, if you were starving for food or something like that, I mean, you'd have to catch probably like 2 or 3 fish at least. But sometimes you can see a little feeding frenzy going on with all these little fish in here. There's tons of bugs just dropping into the water all the time. And these things are just gobbling all these tiny little bugs up. It's a great place to fish. Any of these lakes, really, they're just full of fish. Seems like. I don't know if they stock them, but this is a really great little place. You couldn't ask for anything better than this. This pond's maybe like a little less than an acre, maybe like a half-acre pond. And this thing is fully stocked with fish. Yeah, it seems like they're all rainbow trout, but they are just hungry today. All right, just another little quick stop on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere where there's just multiple ponds everywhere you go. There's probably a pond every 5 miles like this. And there's people fishing in some of them. Some of them aren't. But I can see why they're fishing in some of these, because these things, you could probably catch fish all day long out here. Another little stop on Road 3615, which is a very nice road. This is a paved 2-lane road. There's like semis transporting dairy cattle all day long usually on this road. But I'm right in front of Mud Creek over here. So this is Mud Creek Campground in Fremont National Forest. And they have horse corrals here too. They have 2 separate horse corrals. So if you bring your horses up here and ride, this is very horse friendly. I couldn't imagine a better place to ride a horse. But anyways, this Mud Creek Campground, this thing has a dump pit for like any type of RV. It's got a dump pit and it has a water source. It's got a water well, but you have to pump it. It's like the old school kind, but it still has water. So no cell service and just a great little place. It's got fire rings. I think there's at least 4 or 5 places you can pull over. Otherwise you can go right across the street here and there's a loop right here. And this will bring you over to this other lake. Imagine that. There's another lake back here. It's not very big. It's maybe like a half-acre lake. But it seems like there's a lot of people fishing here and there. All right, so anyways, yeah, Mud Creek is definitely a nice campground. I did a little roll through, and it is legit. It's not bad. It's got water and a dump station, so you can't ask for much more than that. I'm pretty sure there's vaulted toilets here. So anyways, yeah, cool place to go. Mud Creek. There's an update. I do have 1 bar of Verizon signal on my cell phone if you're standing across the road from Mud Creek. But when I was in the campground itself, which isn't very far, it's only like 1/8 of a mile in, if that, but I definitely didn't have service back there. So yeah, if you're kind of in this opening where this big valley is on your Verizon, you might be lucky and you might get 1 bar on your Verizon service. All right, now I'm a little higher up on the ridge here by Abert Peak here. There's Abert Lake over there. You can see from afar this large lake. And this thing feeds all this agricultural down in the valley here. So I thought this was pretty cool. This is just a big butte, really. And it just drops straight down. Probably quite a few hundred feet, but it's probably 2,000 feet down to the bottom, like to the very bottom there. And this is where everybody goes hang gliding, because it's not too windy, but it's like a big flat spot where you can get up in the air. And also on this big flat spot too. I was hoping to get up here because this is on the weekend. This is Saturday, and I was hoping there was going to be some hang gliders taking off here, but I don't see anybody, unfortunately. But this would be an amazing place just to take off, because this is, I mean, it's a little rocky, you know, if you hit any of this. There's a couple big stones around here, but really this is just a great lookout. I mean, you can't beat this. Looking at all these cliff edges sticking out. And then it just goes straight down. So that's pretty neat. All right, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. I just thought I'd trek up the mountain a little bit because I need to get my cardio for the day. I don't know if you can see my bike. My bike is like, it's not too far away, but I parked it way down there because this probably goes up like an extra 100 feet and get off my bike so I can stand up and walk around a little bit. And it's a great way to see nature on your own 2 feet at your own leisure. So, okay, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. I think I'm close to this V Lake, so I'm gonna check that out. That's like, I think 7 or 10 miles away. And just a great little spot to stop, because I think it's got like, I don't know, it's got a really nice lake though. So I'm gonna check that out next on my journey. It looks like I have a bald eagle sighting. He's way up on this tree. Way up here. And he's been sitting out there for some time. He's just looking for fish or something. When you're looking out over V Lake, V-E-E Lake, this is right off of Road 3616 in, what is this? Valley Falls? I'm just east of Valley Falls, Oregon by like probably 8 miles. And I'm just over the mountain range. And it is just beautiful out here. There's no cell service out here, but there's a bathroom they built out here and like primitive campground. So you can bring your camper out here. It's pretty level. Like if you had a smaller camper, I don't know about maybe a fifth wheel might fit too, but this is just a beautiful spot overlooking V Lake. And there's thousands of these lakes, I think. I mean, I pass them all the time when I'm going down these trails. You'll just see a lake and then another lake, another little lake, and they all have fish in them too. So I think I don't know, I'm gonna look around, but it seems like there would be fish in this one. This one is pretty large in comparison to some of the smaller ones that I've seen. So, just a cool place. If you're ever out in this area, there's definitely great trail riding. All the roads are pretty well maintained. I mean, I'm probably doing 30, 40 miles an hour on my motorcycle most of the way. Yeah, it's 3511 is like the main road that comes off of 140. And there's a snow park right there. It's like the first snow park that you get to in Oregon. If you're coming, like if you're heading through Sheldon National Wildlife, that's the first snow park, and that's the first road that will send you out to V Lake. I think this is maybe like 25 miles off the main road, off of 140. So just a cool place to check out. I think I would absolutely come back here again if I had more supplies. I'm just on my bike. I was just doing trail riding through here, so cool place. Nice maintained bathrooms, it looked like. I didn't go in there yet, but they got toilets, and they got a big stash of wood up here too. Somebody like stocks the campgrounds with like wood, so that's kind of cool. And sometimes when you're driving through Oregon, you're gonna see a whole bunch of loose cows on the highway. Look at all these loose cows. And they just go on forever. I've seen like probably 500 of these so far. These things. So that was a real cattle drive. They had like 3 or 4 cowboys out there, or cowgirls actually. I think they had 1 cowboy and 2 cowgirls out there, and that was a real cattle drive. I think that was like at least 1,000 cows, at least. So that was pretty neat to see. All right, so just be careful of them cows going down the road for a good 20 miles at least. All right, guys, I think it's time for me to head down the road. I've been camping here for a couple days, and I just need to head back to Vegas and straighten out some stuff with my bank and move some money around. You know how that goes. I can't just spend money all day long driving around all over the place. So anyways, yeah, I'm just going to pack up and head down the road, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Hope you had a great 4th of July. I was up in Oregon watching other people's fireworks from like 10 miles away. So anyways, yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Take care.